Shalom Yashrala, this your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here lesson, basically dealing with kind of like what it's going to be like in the kingdom of heaven, as far as dealing with certain things that we deal with right now. And this lesson was inspired by just conversation with one of the brothers or whatever, whatnot. But when you look at the condition that Jake is in right now, with a how do I say, a mind of wisdom or whatever, whatnot, you understand that Jake is really going through a lot of different things. For instance, you see a lot of our women or whatever, whatnot. You wonder why they always mad and angry and so on and so forth. Some of a lot of our men or boys is growing up there in the same conditions or whatever, whatnot. Hey man, we was completely destroyed, man. All right, you have generations of children that was born basically with no purpose. Their mother and their father that when they got together to conceive them, it was just like a one night stand or some chick that they didn't even know. They just met them at a party or something like that and got them knocked up and they never seen them again. So, this child's growing up not knowing anything about their father, or so on and so forth, or the mother may have had the child and, wanted to continue living the life that she was living and gave the child up to the grandmama or whoever, and just wasn't around or whatever, whatnot, So as the children grow up, people really, this is an internal desire. This is why they say, when people go to therapy or whatever, whatnot, they ask you about past traumas in your life or whatever, whatnot. You may not think that these things are affecting you, all right, but ultimately they are. You hear a lot of these rappers rapping about, their father wasn't around or whatever, whatnot, and certain things about that, but nevertheless, this is, our people are pretty much destroyed. We're downtrodden people right about now, man. All right, a lot of the things that we're doing, like especially like with the drugs and the alcohol. Yeah, a lot of the time, especially when people are younger, they do those things for so-called fun. It's exciting. Oh, I got my friends. You in high school, you might start partaking in drinking and things like that because it's fun. But as you get older and you seeing like Jake this at a working age, like actual adult ages. All right, when you see them on alcohol and drugs like that, man, they trying to escape the hell that they in, man. Just imagine how these men out here on child support. The majority of their paycheck is going to this a woman or whatever, whatnot, that's just dragging him through the mud, telling his kids all kind of lies about him. He may be wanting to see his child, but his mom is trying to use the child as a weapon. All right, telling the child all kind of negative things about the father. Man, I seen a video that damn near broke my heart, man. Reading the comments, man, there was his dad, Jake father. It was a Jake family. The dad came by and to see his daughter or whatever, whatnot. Had to sneak over to see his daughter. All right, and bought her, $1,000 iPhone or whatever, whatnot, and bought her, some little things or whatever, whatnot. She was completely happy. She was so happy to see him and everything like that. Like before he even gave her the phone or everything, and she even seen any of those things. As soon as he pulled up, she ran out there. She ran up to him. Now this is a girl, like in her mid-teens, so she's like anywhere between the age of like maybe 13, probably older than 13. But nevertheless, she wasn't like 18 to where she's old enough to move out or whatever, whatnot. But she was in that teenage year. But she ran out the house, and the way she ran to her father and embraced him, there's plenty of videos like this, man, where you see Jakes like this, man. The fathers come up to sneak to go see their kids, all right, while the mom wasn't around, and she just held her father and embraced him for so long, And reading the comments, there was a lot of negativity. A lot of this is being spread by Esau because, they don't want to see us together. Oh, there might be a reason why the mother wouldn't want the father around. He might be dangerous, and the daughter might not know about it. As Jakes, we know that our mothers use the fathers, as weapons. Or the children as weapons against the fathers, man. All right, we hear it all the time when a mother have a child, a boy with the father. Man, you remind me just like you look just like your daddy. You remind me of your daddy, oh bum ass nigga, this and that. Because why? She's got that hatred towards him for whatever reason, but she's pulling it out on the kids. Now the kids is internalizing these things, Mothers teaching their daughters, oh, them niggas ain't shit. He ain't gonna blah blah blah. So now she can't ever have a healthy relationship with any man in her life, So these things are just destroying them. But going back to that video. That I was watching, the comments is just ridiculous about these things. But then there was so many people that was out there. It was like, man, I wish, fuck the phone, $1,000 phone or whatever, whatnot, And first of all, one of the things a lot of Jakes was saying, like, well, if he was really a threat unto her and she really felt threatened around her father and stuff like that, she wouldn't have ran out to him like that and embraced him like that. She probably would have just seen him from the door or whatever, whatnot, close the door, and he wouldn't have ran out to the door. He didn't knock on the door or anything. He was just pulling up, and before he could park the car, she was running out to him, man. all right, before she even seen his phone or anything like that, you know, showing it, damn, she wants and misses her father and want to be around her father, man. And likewise, the father want to be around his daughter, man. All right, but nevertheless, you know, these are the things that our people are going through, which is really depressing to think about. But, you know, going into this here lesson, man, we're going to read some things, you know, that's dealing with some of these situations, how we're not going to be going through these things no more, man. All right, you have to put yourself into these scenarios about, you know, just seeing just people over here like smoking crack and heroin, they shaking, they stressing the fuck out over all kind of different things, you know, trying to pay some bills and how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that. Mother working 3 jobs, to all these different things, man. This is hell on our people, man. All right, so let's start here in Revelation 2 and 10, or 2 and 9. It says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. All right, so Yahushua is saying, like, yo, I know you at the bottom of the barrel, man. I know how you feel. I know you in a corner in your room at night. You sitting there crying. You know, the men are going home and crying in the middle of the night. Man, I can't take this shit no more. You know, it was a movie like that. But nevertheless, you know, he working all these hours, 2, 3, 4 jobs, can't even bring in the income of one because these women keep putting them on child support or whatever, whatnot. Man, you had some of these celebrities who got that. They be asking for some outrageous amounts of child support. Like, damn, most motherfuckers don't even make that amount of money in a whole year, let alone you talking about this child needs this shit every month. $50,000 a month for child support or whatever, whatnot, you know, because he has the ability to do to make this type of money. But in reality, it's like just sucking all their money dry, man. All right, so you working 2, 3, 4 jobs and can't never have enough to bring in, you know, to cover your bills. And let's say Christmas comes around, you know, obviously the mom is not going to give the child a damn child support check or whatever, whatnot. Your daddy ain't shit. He ain't sent you shit. or whatever, whatnot. But then all of a sudden, you know, Christmas come around, but he ain't even got enough money to actually go buy Christmas gifts the whole time. He paying child support. And what is the mom doing with the money? Going to go get her hair done, nails done, outfits to go out to the club to go attract some other dude, go get some more child support or whatever, whatnot, man. All right, you know, so these men is out here stressed the fuck out over those types of things, man. All right, and then you also have some of these women out here, these so-called single women out here that's trying to live that lifestyle or whatever, whatnot. And they suffering from a certain thing. This is why they can't have healthy relationships. It's just not about them in particularly, like that one individual woman, why she can't have a healthy relationship. Yes, she's doing a lot of things that's fucking her up in life, but it comes from the things that she was taught and the things, you know, up ahead of her. So she don't really know no better. Just like, you know, you have a lot of our young men out here selling dope, just being straight niggas out here. But because why? It ain't really their fault. They don't know no better. They ain't ever really seen no real image of no real man in their life, man. Any men that they ever seen in their life was creeping in their mama house late at night, you know what I'm saying, smashing and eating the Cheerios and shit, and creeping up out of there, man. All right, so these things are sticking to our people, man. All right, but nevertheless, our people are out here, you know, if suffering from so-called post-traumatic, what Esau syndrome, basically, not only in the things that happened to us in slavery, but the things after that, man. You know, because, you know, when my grandmother and them was around, you know, you had the families around, man. But when it was coming up in my generations, that was when they started having these the divorces and everything like that heavily. All right. And then it was like a common thing for you to be growing up without your father in the household. All right. And, you know, not just having your parents around and do a lot of different things. You know, when you look at California, the reason those gangs out there, like, for you to be like not from California to understand the shit that they be going through, like the shit look retarded to anybody that's not from out there. They're like, yeah, on the neighborhood, cuz, on this and on that, anything for the block. We do this for the block. And people look at that as like, yo, this is the dumbest shit. Why don't y'all just go do something better with your life? But you have to understand that these people are crying out for just love and attention. The reason they join these gangs and go so hard for these gangs and tattoo they gang on their forehead and whatever, whatnot, you know, not necessarily because they stupid and they don't know no better. They just some junkies or whatever. No. They doing that to show how hardcore dedicated they are to their family, the people that would take them in through the ups and the downs, because that's what your regular family's supposed to do, man. No matter the types of things you got going on or whatever, your family's supposed to accept you. You know, you may listen to a different type of music than they listen to or whatever, whatnot. Let's say they all eat meat or whatever, whatnot. You want to become a vegetarian or something like that. You know, they supposed to still love you over those things or whatever, whatnot. But then when you look at this gang culture, while all these people go out there and go super hard for their gang, oh, they just rolled on my homie, man. We got to go back and hit them right now, man. They just shot at my cuz, my blood or my brother or whatever, whatnot. You be like, bro, it ain't that serious, cuz. But when you have to understand, like, yo, they really over there defending the only family that they know, the only family that they got. You ask them sometimes, why don't y'all just move, when you get older, move from away from over here? I'm like, nah, this is the only family I know. These people ain't got no family like that, man. You know, when you think about these different holidays here in America, not that we're supposed to be celebrating them and anything like that, but when you think about these holidays in America, man, just imagine some of these people who don't celebrate these holidays with relatives and things like that, man. You know, like Christmas, they spend every Christmas alone. You know, Thanksgiving, they spend every Thanksgiving alone. Hell, matter of fact, for me, growing up, that was what it was like for me, because my birthday is the day before Christmas, right? So growing up, you know, I kind of had my parents around or whatever, whatnot. But when it came time to having birthday parties with my friends and things, I had only like one birthday party when I was like 4 or 5 years old, right? But as I got older, when I had my 18th birthday, my 21st birthday, and things like that, you know, got a little bit older, wanted to have some friends around and everything like that. I was the only person that I knew that was spending my birthday alone every year, because everybody else was with their families, because it's the day before Christmas, and that's what people do. They get together with their family and stuff, and basically everything is closed. So what? You start hating your birthday. Oh, I don't care about all that or whatever, whatnot. You know, certain things like that. You know, Thanksgiving Day. You know, I work around a lot of old people or whatever, whatnot now, and you know, when these holidays come around or whatever, whatnot, you always see the sorrow in them. Maybe they ain't had kids or whatever, whatnot. The fact of the matter is, like, yeah, they spending Thanksgiving alone, no family or whatever, whatnot. You know, just a time when people are supposed to be together with their families, man. But then you look at Jake, who ain't really got no family, man. You know what it's like growing up in the hood, where you got the one dude that's jumping from house to house, sleeping in the trap house on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look at how thankful some of these motherfuckers be just for a fucking place to lay their head, man, and a sink to fucking wash up in, wearing the same clothes, man. Hey, man, our people is down at the bottom, man. Our people is hurting, man. So it's just the shit that they doing. It ain't just because it's cool or whatever, whatnot, man. Our people are really, how do I say, let me grab it in the scriptures, because it'll word it a lot better in Romans, what is it, Romans 8? Romans 8. Romans 8, and, well, Romans 8, and start at verse 15. For you have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father, because we was outcast, not only from, well, first and foremost from the Father, right? When we was going through our trials and tribulations, we didn't have our power to call on, and he was going to come save us because we turned our back on him, so he turned his back on us. Now bring this down to a lower level, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got your family or whatever, whatnot, then all of a sudden you get kicked out, right? Your family disown you or whatever, whatnot. Now you fall on hard times in life, like, you know, most people, and you know, you get older or whatever, whatnot, may move out, have kids or whatever, whatnot, but then fall on some type of financial strain. They can always move back in with their parents. Their parents will help them out, bail them out, this and that. But then all of a sudden you out there stuck and you ain't got nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? You just out there trying to struggle through these things alone. You know, people out here just stressing the fuck out, man. All right, so not only are we crying out unto our Heavenly Father, all right, but on a smaller level, man, we yearn to be with our own family, man, our own kinfolks, to have that connection, you know, to know about your father, man. Sometimes I hear about people who father has passed away, and maybe the son has never known about their father, but they're around older men that knew their father, and they asking, man, what was my father like? Oh yeah, did he like to do this and he like to do that? And the only attachment he has to his fucking father is stories from another person. Yeah, your daddy used to do the same thing and this and that, and that's all that he has to grasp of his father, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, that shit is crazy, man, because I know growing up with my father, my parents split when I was younger, but we always lived, like, you know, in the same city. You know, my father, he still live in Georgia now, but we always lived not too far away from each other. So I would always see my dad on the weekends. But shit, like, there's a lot of things about my father that I can pick out or whatever, whatnot, and remember all the little small things or whatever, whatnot. And I can only imagine what it would be like not having any of those things, man. You know, I learned a lot from my father, not from him verbally telling me certain things, but me just sitting there as a little kid watching him doing a lot of different things or whatever, whatnot. So I can only imagine what it would be like to not have your father around as a male looking up and just like, oh, damn, my father would do it like this. He would do things like that. My father would work like this. You know, all these different things. You may not think that they make a big impact on life, but they make a huge impact, man. And there's so many of us that grow up without our parents, man, not just the fathers in the household, but the mothers as well, too. There's plenty of stories of these mothers that's out here strung out on drugs or whatever, whatnot, have babies and cast the kids off, and then the children grow up not knowing their parents, all right, or whatever, whatnot, man. All kind of different things, man. All right. Verse 16, the spirit is, let me read 15 again. For we have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. So going back to the gang members and things like that, man. All right, like I said, imagine growing up in a household, a lot of them out there in California, you know, that gang life or whatever, whatnot. A lot of them be growing up with their grandmama, so their mama and their father ain't around, and a lot of the times the father is locked up in jail. They ain't never known him, or they locked up in jail, or they've never known him, or he's long dead. All right, so the only person they know is their grandmama, and their grandmama's old and tired and not trying to be like the regular parent to know directly where they come from or whatever, whatnot, man. Not having any real ties to those things, man. Look at a child that's been adopted, man. You know, I knew a chick that I used to go to school with who was a Filipino chick, right? But she was adopted by basically two Edomites. And, you know, just trying to process all those things like, damn, you don't have no connection to your original family. Now you're getting older, you know what you look like. You know that these ain't your real parents. You know what I'm saying? I can see how, yeah, you know, these people raised you or whatever, whatnot, but you don't have no real connection to them. You don't have no real family that you can go back and ask how things were and the things y'all used to do and so on and so forth. You know, things from your heritage and the things that your families just used to do and things like that, man. That's a big part of a person's life, man. And the majority of our people are missing out on these things, man. All right, our families have been separated from all kind of different things, atrocities, and, you know, whether it be drugs, alcohol, prison, murder, all these different things, man, has destroyed our families, man. All right. So it says, but you have received the spirit of adoption whereby we cry, Abba, Father. So if we crying out to the Most High, you know, to get back to that main connection, how much more on a smaller level where we have our earthly fathers, man. Again, going back to those gang members out there, why they cleave to the neighborhoods or the gangs so much. And that's, man, I live for this shit. I die for this shit. This is me and my brother to the end or whatever, whatnot, man. When you hear Jake saying shit like that and they going so hardcore for their brother like that, that it's not even a real brother or whatever, whatnot. They're really saying, I really yearn for a real true connection of family and somebody that's a part of me that I know, something like that, man. And if you notice when a lot of those gang members like that, that's hardcore like that, and all my brother, this and that, when they have kids, they kind of like ease off the gang a little bit like that, and they put all that focus into their own children, man. All right. It says the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Let me jump down just to get to the point. Verse 22. Well, verse 20. For the creature, you know, the Israelites, you know, this is talking about the 2/3 and the 1/3. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. So it wasn't, ultimately, this was the plan of the Most High, right? Yeah, of course, we can look at it carnally. Yeah, we broke the law, statutes, commandments. We didn't listen, and this will happen, you know. But the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption unto the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. So we've been so far alienated, but we're going to be adopted back, all right? So like I was saying about the girl who was adopted from these Edomites or whatever, whatnot, you know, growing up having that Edomite culture and knowing her adopted Edomite grandparents and what they was like or whatever, whatnot. I guarantee in the back of her mind, she's like, I wonder what my real grandmama was like, my real grandfather was like, my real father was like, what he would be doing and so on and so forth. Guarantee you, you know, because I know this person and how she kind of felt about her adopted family, but I guarantee you if she ever ran into her real family or whatever, whatnot, she would just run out and cleave unto them because that's a part of her that's just been missing, man. All right. It said, hey, look at why Jake sit over here and take on everybody else's culture and everything else like that and try to put this on and put that on because we don't have our own identity and things like that, man. Shit, we want to be any other religion or name or nationality or whatever, whatnot, except for who we really are according to the Bible. Because why? We don't have a heritage to cleave unto. We don't know who the hell we are, man. All right. It says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth together and groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Not only they, but ourselves also. All right. Again, like I said, going from the 2/3 to the 1/3, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption to wit the redemption of our body. And a prime example of these things is, you know, because between the 1/3 and the 2/3, we still under the same damn curses, right? We still suffer from the same thing. You know, if Lord's will, I'll be a part of that number, right? My family's still fucked up, man. My family ain't together. You know what I'm saying? 2/3 families is still fucked up. They family ain't together. But look, again, look at the 2/3 and things like that. They cleave into that gang culture. Not saying that, hey, somebody elect can't come up out of that, but they cleave into the gang culture for what? That sense of a real family, people they think that they can trust and everything like that, whatever, whatnot, man. You see a lot of these gangbangers or whatever, what they do some real honorable shit, man. They both know that they broke or whatever, whatnot. One of them might hit a lick, not saying that they should be hitting licks like that. One of them might hit a lick or whatever, whatnot, come up on just a little bit of something, and he'll immediately, without the other Jake asking, he'll immediately break him off with something like, bro, I know you ain't got shit in your pocket. Here you go. How the fuck y'all just be giving? Y'all just came up on 10 bands. How you so quick to give somebody 5 bands like that? Because I know this nigga ain't got shit. I know he ain't got no family he could depend on. I'm his only family or whatever, whatnot, man. All right. But nevertheless, they're seeking a family and everything like that. Now going to the men of the Lord, right? Why do you think that we cleave unto the brotherhood? So you have to understand this from our perspective and things like that. We don't have nobody we can really trust like this, man. All right, we wind up falling on hard times or whatever, whatnot, man. Our brothers don't really ask no questions about how we fucked up our money or whatever, whatnot. How much you need? I got you. And if I don't got you, I'm going to ask around to see if I can get it for you. And if, between, one of your brothers in the camp can't get it, or if the whole camp can't get it, hey, man, we got brothers all over the place, man. You may be, find out that there's a Akim somewhere that you don't personally know that Akim or whatever, whatnot. You don't even think twice about helping him out. Hey, that's my brother out there. We fighting through the same fights, the same things. Bro, you ain't got to explain to me about the shit that you going through, bro. I'm under the same fucking curses. I know what it's like, bro. I know what it's like. Yo, you need some comfort? I can give you some comfort because I know what the shit is like, man. I know what we out here we need, man. We need each other out here, man. All right? That's why the scriptures say you should know my disciples by the love that they have for one another, man. All right? And look, you see Jake out there, the 2/3 out there that be banging on each other, whatever, whatnot. You say all that hatred towards them, but in reality, they doing all those things out of the lack of love for one another, man. They hate their brothers so much. Sometimes they see Jake doing better, coming up a little better or whatever, whatnot, and you see Jake hit a lick or come up on something like that. Then other Jakes go over there and rob them or something like that. Like, damn, we can't never have nothing good around you niggas. This and that. Like, yo, cuz, I see you coming up and then you ain't even trying to help me out. I'm still down here at the bottom, man. Why can't we come up together, man? They're really searching for love, man. All right. Going back to Revelation 2. It says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but the synagogue of Satan. But the point there I wanted to grab was, I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And, going into who we actually are, the Israelites, the sons of the Most High and everything like that, that's way more valuable than anything. And we're only going through a temporary situation right now. We're going to be brought back, all right? But nevertheless, Yahushua says, let me read this too, because there's something else in here I want to grab. It says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come to worship before thy feet. Here's the point. To know that I have loved thee. All right, because a lot of the things is boiling down to the burden on Jake's back is they don't feel loved, man. Like I said, you have an enormous amount of Jakes that was born really with no purpose, man. Think about that. Your mom and your dad wasn't planning on having you. They wasn't together in a relationship, and in their mind planned on, this is gonna be my woman forever. We're gonna have kids or whatnot. Then just somewhere down the road, shit went to the left field. No, you have some, like, a great majority of Jakes who parents was out on the weekends, just getting fucked up at a party or whatever, whatnot. And in the course of making bad decisions, maybe the chick was like, shit, I just got broke up with some guy. I don't feel loved or whatever, whatnot. I'm about to go try to bring my spirit back up, or my, what they call it, like when you, validation, like Facebook give you that validation loop, because see, hey, look at it. Look at social media. This is why all these women be posting all these goddamn pictures on the internet, because they're not really getting no real genuine attention. So what? They have to overcompensate by keep putting these pictures up on the internet and trying to get all these likes or whatever, whatnot. And then they still not being fulfilled because it's not real and it's not genuine. So again, a woman could have been in a scenario like that, felt like she wasn't being loved, wasn't getting the attention from certain things. Maybe her mom wasn't showing her the attention because we got the curses on us. So when she gets to a certain age, the mother and the daughter start competing with one another over, men or whatever, whatnot, and that's something subconscious. Oh, you think you grown, you starting to smell yourself now, whatever, whatnot. Hell, forget about my house or whatever, whatnot. You think you too good. So now she ain't even have her father around. Now her mom's trying to disown her or whatever, whatnot. She's not feeling loved or beautiful or whatever, whatnot. The whole culture telling her that she's ugly and everything. She's got all kind of problems. And now some dude or whatever, whatnot, who's just looking for some kind of love and some kind of comfort himself. Maybe a little tipsy or whatever, whatnot. Hey, girl, come here over here with that fat eye, cuz. And start spitting some game to her and it's boosting up her head a little bit. And that's the only type of love that she's ever felt in her life. And she don't really know how to read and buy real love because she ain't never had unconditional love from her father, her mother, or whatever, whatnot. So, old boy over here telling her she got a fat ass and she can twerk or whatever, whatnot. That's hey, that's better than nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? When you starving, you ain't got shit to eat, motherfucker. You'll gladly take a stick of bubble gum or Snickers bar. Hell yeah. Hey, I'll pay top dollars for that, man. I ain't had shit to eat, bro. Look, man, I'll eat it even if it fell on the ground, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you had an abundance of food, man, you wouldn't eat nothing like that, man. If somebody tried to offer you some food, like, nah, that shit was out the trash can, I wouldn't eat that, man. But when you ain't got nothing, look at homeless people, man. When you ain't got nothing, you'll go anywhere to get whatever you need, man. So again, these children, mother getting a little bit of attention, father getting a little bit of attention, they the club or a party or whatever, whatnot. Hennessy might be involved, drugs might be involved. Now they go hook up or whatever, whatnot. They ain't had no real training. He get his little release off in the old girl, and then he go on and fade into the woodwork. She ain't know his real name. They just met at the club or whatever, whatnot, and had a one night stand. Y'all done heard those terms before. Next thing you know, she pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And she don't know who to go to, whatever, whatnot, and she can't even go track him down and try to make a family together or whatever, whatnot. But hey, now this child is growing up, and the mom didn't plan on having a child. The father didn't plan on having a child. Neither one of the parents really want the child right now. The mom is like, nah, I'm still trying to live my life and get my attention or whatever, whatnot. This child is really cramping my style right now. So now the child is growing up without the love of the mother or the father, and it's repeating the cycle, man. Now the kid's going back out doing the same ass thing, man. All right, but look, our people are suffering from a lack of a love, man. It says, just the bottom part says, and to know that I have loved thee. All right, so going into the kingdom of heaven, man, the Lord is going to show us, these different things, man. All right, he's going to show us the things that we've been lacking. All right, this is Revelation 21, and I'm going to start at verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. All right, so let me read that again. This damn near make me want to cry every time I read it. It says, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, to be wanted by somebody. Hey, look at Jake as a whole in this here society, man. Who really want to be around Jake in this society? Hey, for the so-called black man, who really wants you in this here society, man? Everybody in this society is against you. The so-called black woman is against you in this here society, putting you on child support, running you through the system and shit like that. So-called white man don't want you in the system. He trying to gun you down and put you in jail, under the jail, keep you on drugs. The so-called white woman don't want you in this here society or whatever, whatnot. They just think of you as some kind of threat or whatever, whatnot. These other nations like, look, this nigga gonna be stealing from my store or whatever, whatnot. So in everybody's eyes, the so-called black man especially is at the very bottom of the list. You hear what they talk about our Northern Kingdom, brother. Hey, y'all need to leave our country. Y'all taking away all our jobs or whatever, whatnot, man. Like, man, I'm just trying to feed my family or put some clothes on my back or, put some food in my stomach, man. Why am I the last one hired and the first one fired, the last one invited to any of these groups or these parties or whatever, whatnot, man? We out here struggling or whatever, whatnot, man. We're suffering from wanting to be accepted from something or somebody, man. Our own brothers don't want to be around us, man. We can't even build nothing together with one another because why? He's over here trying to take away from me, man. If I leave this nigga alone too long with my old lady, he gonna wind up smashing her ass. Maybe getting her pregnant and then leaving the whole situation. Then we all fucked up, man. All right, but look, it says, and they shall be his people, and the Most High shall be with them and be their power. So not only are we struggling from praying on our knees every day, oh, Jesus, help us, and ain't nothing happening because, look, that ain't our power, man. All right, that was some shit that the so-called white man made up, man. But now, we coming back into our power and their names and everything like that. Now we can call on our power, and he's answering our cries, all right? But nevertheless, let me continue reading. Verse 4 says, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, all right? So why do you think that the Most High say he's going to wipe away all their tears, man? I ain't crying right now. You ain't crying right now, but there's a lot of different things that we all suffering from or whatever, whatnot, especially as Jake with the curses, you know what I'm saying? But you have to understand the deep psychological effects on these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Not growing up with your father, not growing up with your mother or your father in bugged out mind state, still trying to do certain things, man. You got some certain mothers where you got some adults that's in a mid to late 20s, 30s or whatever, whatnot, and their mom is still out here running the damn streets and trying to keep up with these 18, 19, 21-year-olds in the club and everything like that. Like, mom, when you gonna actually grow up and be a fucking adult, man? You know what I'm saying? When you gonna act like your age and stop trying to act like you still 21 or something like that? Or their fathers out there doing the same ass thing, man. You 46 years old out here slinging dope on a corner or whatever, whatnot, man. Putting spinner rims on your car and shit like that, and then your son is growing up, raising another son and trying to be a real man or whatever, whatnot. But then this is the shit that you doing. Hey, son, hey, let me borrow some money, get some cigarettes, son. Come on, what you gonna leave your pops out there? Like, damn, I feel like I'm raising another kid over here, man. All right. So you have to understand why the Lord is saying, like, we ain't gonna cry no more. Think again about the minutes on child support or whatever, whatnot, man. How many of our sisters are out there actually lonely and wish they had a good man? Or some of our sisters realize that they got these fucking demons on them that's steering these or pushing men away from them. Some of them realize I just can't, maybe if you got like your sister or your cousin or somebody like that, maybe like a woman you ain't trying to date or impress, like a relative member or whatever, whatnot, they might actually admit to you, like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't keep no man. I just happen to do the same thing and be flipping out over some dumb shit. It was my fault. I don't know. I just be bugging out sometime. Some of them will let you actually know about these different things. Like, man, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Some, like if you got a sister or whatever, whatnot, you'll see it, man. You understand these different things or whatever, whatnot, man. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, they kind of know they had these demons on them or whatever, whatnot. Same with the men, man. They realize that they keep doing some effeminate things. They can't actually be a man, stand up for what they got to stand up for, and actually go out there and work like a man and not want to be taken care of all the time or whatever, whatnot, and have to just go through these things, man. All right? It says, and he will dwell with them, and Salak, verse 4, and he shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away, man. All right? Again, man, that's some real deep shit, man. All right? Think about Jake that's out here. Next time you see Jake out here fucking, especially some older ones. I'm not talking about no teenagers, because, when you do shit in your teenage years, you first start drinking and shit because it's cool. Next time you see Jake in the store buying goddamn, I don't know what the hell they drink nowadays, but, back in the old days, they'd be drinking like some Old English or some shit like that, right? Next time you see Jake go in there trying to buy the most amount of alcohol for the least amount of dollars, or to get fucked up for the least amount of money, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, shit, let me get one of them Four Locos. I don't even know if they make that shit no more, but you get the point. They trying to Cisco or crack juice or some shit like that, man. Next time you see Jake doing some shit like that, man, you know what I'm saying? Or these women that has to go over here and get all these they be talking to they raise their little sons or whatever, whatnot, to actually be their man and get all the affection and things that they need growing up, because he gonna love his mama or whatever, whatnot, tell her these different things, or she's putting up all this makeup and getting all these different changes so she can be accepted, man. Just think about it, like what they're really crying out for, man. Next time you see them gangbangers out there in California going super hard for their brothers, they yearning for a family, man. All right, a lot of these boys out here that's lost and with no guidance, they yearning for a father to teach them some real man shit, man. Hey, man, I ain't never had my father to teach me how to goddamn fish, man. How to change a tire on a car, man. How to change a light bulb, for hell's sake, man. So, hey, these type of internal things is really messing with them on in the internal, man. Next time you see him out there up under the tree getting drunk day in and day out, you know what I'm saying, on drugs, alcohol, all these things, man. You have to understand, they suffering from some things, man. They suffering from these curses ultimately. But look, man, what the Most High say, verse 4 again, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Go on YouTube and look up fathers and child support. All right, and you'll see a lot of these videos of these men just crying and crying and crying, like, I just don't know what to do. The wife over here laughing and this and that, like, I work and they take away all my money. I'm getting evicted, and if I don't pay this shit, I'm going to jail. My whole life been ruined. My business been going down, and so on and so forth, man. Hey, man, our people don't need to be going through this shit no more, man. We destroyed, man. All right. Verse 5, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I will make all things new. And he said unto me, right, for these words are true and faithful. All right. Let me go from there real quick. I'm gonna speed it up. Grab some more little random ones real quick. Let me grab this real quick, and then I'll kind of, what is this? Zechariah, Zephaniah. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee. So we being afflicted right now, man. And I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame, man. All right. So everywhere where Jake was being called niggas, your daddy ain't shit, deadbeats, thugs, criminals, whatever they call the women and shit, all kind of crazy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be known by these names no more, man. All right, we're not gonna be, man. It's good. Like, just think about that. When we get in the kingdom of heaven, man, we're gonna be telling stories about, your mama used to be shaking that ass over at the goddamn local strip club, twerking and busting that thing open for a couple dollars just to bring you some food and shit. Boy, we gonna look at that shit, man. We gonna be like, oh my God, we used to really do that shit, man. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, my dad had to go out here and sell his fucking cocaine to his brother down the block or his mama. Fuck, you got Jake selling dope to their own mama and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to goddamn pay the bills and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? All kind of crazy shit, man. People out here selling their bodies just to goddamn doing all kind of crazy shit, man. Bro, we at the bottom. But, you know, when we get into the kingdom of heaven, we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be looking back at this and it's gonna be like, damn, we was really that low. You know what I'm saying? The women will be like, damn, I used to have to bust that thing open for a couple dollars to buy some fucking ramen noodles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Verse 20, and at that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and praise among all people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh. All right? So, hey, just on the lowest level, y'all used to eat out the trash. Imagine knowing Jeff Bezos, like, man, I remember when that nigga used to eat out the trash can and be begging for money. Now look at this nigga, right? Just imagine that shit. You know, Jeff Bezos telling his kids, like, yo, I used to eat out the trash can every damn day. I used to beg for money and sell my body for X, Y, and Z, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna be like, man. Look at this shit that we doing right now just to get by, man. You know what I'm saying? Smoking crack and heroin and drinking and all kind of shit, man. We not gonna be going through these things no more, man. The Most High is about to take all these things away from us, man. I'm not gonna read. This is a whole good chapter to read as well, too. You know what? For time's sake, I'm not gonna read that. But you should read Isaiah 11. That's a good chapter as well, too, going into what it's gonna be kind of like in the kingdom of heaven. This kind of goes with that as well, too. But let me start here real quick and read it kind of fast. It says, Isaiah 65 and 17, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. So, hey, man, just imagine if we, bro, the water you have about Shemi Awashai, we're not going to remember this shit, man. All right, just imagine that shit, man. Just imagine you got your kids and shit, having to tell them that I used to have to cook up cocaine in the motherfucking stove and shit and sell this shit just to eat at night, man. I used to have to go over here and shake that ass on a fucking pole for some grimy ass niggas to be touching up on me for some crumbs and shit like that, man. I had to sell my body and shit down here at the goddamn gas station and shit, man. You know? But be ye glad and rejoice forever in which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. All right, so right now we sighing and crying and it just bugged the fuck out right now. But the Most High said he about to make us a city of continuous joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying, man. So, you know, like when you see in the movies and shit like that, or in your real life, man, when you see Jake just at home in the middle of the night, crying in the fucking bathtub or the mirror or the corner of their room in the ball or whatever, whatnot, hating their fucking life, man, day in and day out, slowly committing suicide. Because Jake will commit suicide, but not like an Esau where he blow his brains out. Jake will sit there and do a slow suicide, which is even worse. That's even more tormented. And they'll sit there and drink themselves to death, you know, slowly but surely. Start smoking cigarettes, start smoking drugs, all kind of shit. It's a slowly but surely death, man. All right, y'all done seen some of the most decent looking people, especially these females out here, man. You know, go from like where they be like, damn, she was fine as hell when she was in high school, man. And she ain't even 30 years old now. She look like she been out there 45 years old, just strung the fuck out, got a kid. Ain't even seen her kid since the kid was born. Ain't got no custody over the kids, in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail for what? Selling drugs and shit like that, and selling her body. Motherfucker selling her body so she can get some drugs, so she can smoke her goddamn drugs, so she can just kind of feel a little bit better about herself, man, in the endless loop of this shit, destroying her fucking self, man. And everybody used to know her back in the day, now looking at her like, what the fuck happened to you in your life, man? These curses happened to you, all right? Let me read 19 again. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. All right, so we're gonna be living long, full lives, man. All right, he talking about a child dying at 100 years old. Just imagine that. Like, yo, if you could say, like, yo, he died 100 years, like, imagine the day saying somebody died at 100 years old. Like, yeah, that motherfucker lived a long life. Hey, when we start going into the kingdom, because we're not going to go off no more, man. So, you know, the wages of sin is death. All right. So just imagine if you were to die at like 100 years old, like, well, this nigga was still a baby. He still had a full long life ahead of him, man. All right. Verse 21. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. And I think about the Northern Kingdom brothers out there, man, because where I work at, you know, I'm out here in these Edomite neighborhoods watching them build these, you know, anywhere from $500,000 on up to more than $1 million home, man. And it ain't nothing but Northern Kingdom out there, not only building the houses, roofing up and pouring the concrete and all these different things. But guess what? I think about this shit. I'm like, damn. Jake will never get to live in any of these types of homes, yet they building these homes and they'll never get to live in nothing that's nowhere near as nice as these homes, man. Out there cutting the lawns and everything like that in these nice neighborhoods and got to go back to, you know, where they live at, man. All right. Or out here in these fields, out here picking the strawberries and the tomatoes and so on and so forth, the oranges and all these different things. And yet they're not really benefiting from those things, man. They getting pennies on a dollar off of that, man. All right. Verse 22, they shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. All right. So, hey, if you got Iskar out here building these $500,000 to $1 million homes and shit like that, $1 million boats and everything like that, I mean, they're going to be enjoying those things, man. All right. We're not going to be doing it, laboring for everybody else for them to enjoy these things. For they shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahweh, and their offspring with them. All right, so we're not going to be having kids that's going to be turning into monsters or whatever, whatnot, man. Every one of our children going to be a blessed seed, man. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. So, again, now in today's times, we got our people that's sitting over here on their knees, man. I see my grandma doing this shit, man. This shit is the most, man, that's why I hate that goddamn white image of Jesus, man. That shit really fucked us up, man. My grandma over here trying to do her best, and she's was already old, but trying to do her best to not raise her kids, not only her kids, but her grandkids, man. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, whatnot. Working 3 jobs as an old lady, making it the most money, $8.25, man, working in a factory, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Going through all these different things and on her knees, you know, that was where I learned to pray from. And sit there at the edge of the bed, she's praying and so on and so forth, and listen to my grandma pray with all the compassion that she got. But Father, I know that you said you wouldn't do, you know, how King David be praying. She just, and then start going into tears and everything. Lord, watch over my grandson, make sure this don't happen and that don't happen, and just going to tears over all kind of things, man. Make sure none of my kids on drugs and have to go through all these things, sighing and crying, and she praying to this fucking white man. All right. And then sometimes, you know, you may be praying for certain things, like to get out of the child support situation. Things just don't be working out for you, man. You just catch an L at the L at the L at the L at the L, and it takes time for certain things, man. You just trying to get up out of your situations, man. All right, just look at all of us in this here scenario now, man. We trying to pray to get up out of here. We all 2/3 and 1/3, both groaning, the whole creation growing together to be up out of these damn bodies, man. Whether we know how to do it or not, you know, call out to Yahweh Shah versus calling out to Jesus. You know, we all desire to be up out of this hell, man. All right. But nevertheless, going back to this, it says, and it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. So before you all right, I'm about to get down on my knees and pray. Before you even get into your room, Most High has already answered you. It says, I will answer while they're yet speaking, and I will hear, Father. You know what I'm saying? Boom, it's already done. All right. It says, the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw, and the bullock and the dust shall be the serpent's meat. And they shall not hurt nor destroy in my holy mountain, saith Yahweh. All right. So, hey, you know, you got, like, the lion is a carnivorous animal where he eats meat. But, hey, they ain't going to be eating all that no more, man. All right. Let me close out with this, though. I'm going to just briefly read this in Isaiah 60. And starting at verse, Isaiah 60 is another good chapter as far as looking into the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. Start at verse 18, Isaiah 60 and 18. It says, violence shall be no more heard in the land, wasted nor destruction within thy borders. Thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. Think about Chirac, man. Out there in Chicago, all the gunshots going off or whatever, whatnot, man. You know, I seen a meme video, like with that dude named HaHa Davis, and he was doing the video, like basically he ordered Uber and he was at like his little garage shop or whatever, whatnot. And Jeep pulled up, and it was like, what'd it be like when an unknown car roll up on a block? You know, and the little Uber driver pull up, but he got tense, and he's kind of looking for the address. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever been a delivery driver, you kind of know what it's like when you like, is that the spot? Let me pull up. And he's backing up. But then you see the comedian HaHa Davis over there. He's immediately like, who the hell is this? Pull out his gun. and trying to check or whatever, whatnot, always on pins and needles, man. Like, oh shit, what the hell? I can't trust nobody around here, man. You gotta lock your door, double lock your door. You know, like I remember when we was young, going out of town or whatever, whatnot, we had to pack our car up in the middle of the night or whatever, whatnot, so ain't nobody knew what was going on. Leave some lights on, have a different car in the driveway, all kind of shit, because you know the neighbors be looking out the window. They know when you go out of town or whatever, whatnot. So that's when the time they gonna hit the lick up in your house, man. All right. But it says, violence shall be no more heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou will call thy walls salvation, the gates praise. So you ain't gonna be having no more drive-bys, killings. They just killed Dante, Lil Ray Ray up the block, you know what I'm saying? Or so-and-so, they just found her over there OD'd in the corner or whatever, whatnot. None of those things, man. No more shootings at the clubs for stepping on niggas' J's and shit like that, man. All right, no more rest in peace t-shirts for Lil Ray Ray or whatever, whatnot, man. All right. Let me jump down real quick. Verse 21, thy people also shall be all righteous. All right. Hey, and just that alone, man, that's a heavenly blessing right there, man. All right. For all our people to be all righteous, you can always trust all your people around you at all points of times, man. You got to worry about them scheming on you or whatever, whatnot. And what's more important than that, your ass is going to be programmed to be righteous. That's part of the new covenant. The Most High is going to write the law, statutes, commandments inside of you, man. But we're going to all be righteous, man. You ain't got to worry about going off and your mind being plagued with demons and trying to, fight in the flesh and everything like that. We ain't gonna have to go through those things no more, man. You know what I'm saying? You have people, like I said, people that's on alcohol that know they alcoholics, people that's on drugs and strung out on that, they know they on the shit and they want to get off the shit, man. None of those, I guarantee none of those people that's been doing them drugs and shit like that for a long period of time, I guarantee they all want to quit that shit because they feel like it's destroying their life. They see, I done spent my whole life getting high every day off of this shit. This is destroying my body, man. All right? But look, they ain't gonna be going through those things no more, man. They're not gonna have thoughts in their minds to be doing stuff like that no more, man. All right, it says again, Isaiah 60:21, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my plant and the work of my hands, that I might be glorified. And a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten in his times. Now, our people naturally, what was commanded, is written in our DNA to be fruitful and multiply. Our people love procreating and things like that, man. That's just what we do. It was commanded unto us, be fruitful and multiply. We're supposed to be the sand of the sea. But one thing we don't get to do in the midst of procreation is enjoying our offspring and things like that, man. Because look at how many these Jake men out here have multiple different baby mamas and don't really get to spend all that kind of time with their children like that because of what? The court systems and everything like that. He don't really have all that type of visitation or whatever, whatnot. Or he got to work 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs and work so much overtime just to try to break even with this here child support or whatever, whatnot, man. Same with the mothers and everything like that, man. She's too busy out in the streets trying to find somebody to show her some attention or whatever, whatnot, and so on and so forth. That, you know what I'm saying, that the mother don't even be in the household to enjoy the kids. How many of us been raised up at our grandmama's house, at some kind of daycare, the lady up the block who used to babysit us, our auntie house, watching TV or just running the streets, man? All right? But what? When we get into the kingdom, man, we're going to have an abundance of children. And not only are we going to have, righteous spirits, but we're going to also have pure time to dwell with our children, man, and sit there and teach our children everything we want to teach them, man. We ain't going to have to send them to daycare, sit them in front of the TV to watch SpongeBob and shit while we go and do work or whatever, whatnot, and so on and so forth, man. Shit, again, I remember my grandma used to take me to work with her ass, man. My grandma shouldn't even have been working like that. But she taking me to work with her, you know what I'm saying, and putting me off to the side or whatever. I remember my father doing that shit too, man. Take me to work with him while he working in the factory or whatever, whatnot, but got me posted off into this little office or whatever, whatnot, and playing some board games with me and my sister so we just stay occupied because he ain't had nobody to watch me and my sister while both my parents working 2 and 3 jobs, man. It ain't gonna be like that no more, man. We're gonna actually get to enjoy spending time with our children, man, and they're gonna all be righteous, man. We're not gonna have our children going off, want to be rebellious or any of these things, man. They're gonna be thankful that their parents are around and teaching them the things like that, man. We're gonna really get to enjoy life, man. We're gonna actually get to live, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Salakia for this lesson being so long. Didn't want it to be this long, but nevertheless, just showing into a little bit of the kingdom of heaven, man. The pain and the sorrows is going to be gone away. Let me read that one more time. We'll close out with that. Revelation. There was another precept that said that too. I just slipped my mind. I think it's in Isaiah, though. Revelation 21. I'm going to read 3 and 4, it says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. For the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Hey man, so you know our times of poverty, tribulation, and sorrow is almost done, man. The Most High is about to wipe all these things away from us, man, and create everything new again, man. So just hold on and endure a little bit longer, man. All right, so Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.